Hey guys, my name is Third Eye and today we'll be going over some of the most ridiculous theories around Michael Jackson's death that supposedly prove through videos and footage that the King of Pop is still here. Today we'll mostly focus on Las Vegas artist Dave's input in all this. Trust me, we're gonna have a lot of fun today. But before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like my videos, and if you have any idea for a future video about music, comment it down below. Well, as you all know, the 25th of June 2009 is and will remain the date in which the world lost the biggest and most successful artist of all time, Michael Jackson, found dead in his ranch of Neverland out of a propofol intoxication. It being the case of the biggest artist in history who had had loads of previous controversies in his lifetime would cause all the theories around his death to not last long. Up to this day, there's still people who speculate Michael faked his own death in order to escape from the media attention and pressure he was getting at that time, right before his worldwide tour and comeback. This is it, and the one he had got during his entire career. Therefore, he would give up his entire lifestyle and public figure in order to hide his persona from the public. This theory is supported by many videos, footage, and involvement of other celebrities as well, which we're going to go over in this video in order to question the veracity of some. And in the process, I'll explain to you the reason I think these theories are mostly disrespectful. Right off the bat, we'll start with the day of his passing. Most of the footage shown publicly has been questioned by many fans around the world that are certain about the fact that they're supposedly suspicious and most likely indicate that Michael is still here. This picture right here, supposedly taken inside of the ambulance in which Mike's corpse was picked up with, is very famous around the MJ community. This picture of the ambulance from the outside shows that the glasses of this ambulance are really dark, which makes many fans wonder, if they're that dark, why is Michael's face so clear when it's taken from the inside? And here I am to disprove it. Well, this picture is obviously incredibly fake. Michael's face on that picture is not real at all, it was edited. And if you don't believe me, I can even tell you which previous photo of Michael was used to make this. In the 30th anniversary concerts of his solo career, there is a moment in which Michael lays down to the floor facing up, and they used this exact frame to edit that picture. And now, let's talk about the biggest debate surrounding Michael Jackson's death, the relationship between him and a celebrity called Dave. Before explaining what these rumors are about, let me give you a little context on who actually Dave is. Well, born as Davidcharlesrothenberg, when he was 7 years old back in 1983, he was given a sleeping pill by his father in a motel, and when this kid fell asleep, his father put kerosene on the bed in which he was sleeping and set fire to it. The result were third-degree burns over his entire body and a huge disfiguration. When Michael heard about his story, he invited him to the ranch of Neverland, and that's how they would both become very good friends until the rest of Mike's life. On the day of his funeral, Dave was invited to Larry King Live to talk about the relationship he had had with Michael during his lifetime, and his appearance on here created loads of rumors. Loads of fans, and when I say loads I really mean it, think that this Dave we see in this interview is actually Michael Jackson wearing a disguise due to the most stupid reasons you could ever think. First, before going over the stuff that proves it's him, I want to question if this theory even makes sense in the first place. If Michael wanted to hide away and escape from the media and live a quiet life, why would he appear in a TV wearing a disguise as a longtime friend of his? Why the hell would he take that risk? Why? That makes zero sense to me, and now let's go over the stuff I could find. Michael Jackson and Dave comparison. Okay, surprise me. Okay, first off, they show footage of the Ghosts music video in which Michael Jackson wears a hyper-realistic disguise in order to play the role as one of the characters, which I guess could be possible in this scenario. I mean, I think it is possible to use tons of makeup and plastic to make yourself look like Dave. That could be, but in the 2009 interview, Dave shows his hands that are disfigured and incomplete due to the burns, and he even moves each finger. Can you explain to me how to do that with makeup? How? Now they compare their voice. Let's take a listen.
To his Encino house.
I think I was at the Encino house.
To his Encino house.
I think I was at the Encino house.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, they do sound similar. They do. That is, in fact, reasonable to say. But I found this interview of Dave from 2015, 6 years later, where he talks about his new position as an artist and his artistic projects at that time. And even 6 years later, and with a different microphone, he sounds really similar to what he sounded like in that 2009 interview.
It's lifted, and I created it to inspire others to live their life at an elevated level. And I believe that through doing that, we become healthier people and better individuals.
Are you trying to tell me that it's Michael Jackson again with a disguise? Because I severely doubt that. And also, they might sound similar, but does that mean anything at all? There's loads of MJ imitators that sound insanely alike to Michael, whether it's his speaking voice or singing one.
I like the feeling you're giving me. Just hold me, baby, and I'm in ecstasy.
Does that mean that they're the actual Mike wearing a disguise? No. Next up in the video, they show off 2 clips by Ola Ray and Akon that supposedly confirm how Michael can look completely different with a disguise on. But they're absolutely out of context. First, they put this 3-second long clip of Ola Ray, the actress that interpreted the role of Mike's girlfriend in Thriller, saying,
Michael Jackson is another person totally with the mask.
Look, we don't even need to know what the background on this is to realize that it's not headed the direction you're thinking of, my friend. You can't just put a random ass clip to prove your point. There's literally a million possible scenarios in which Ola could have said this. This is just ridiculous. And the clip of Akon is even worse. Take a listen.
I don't know how we expect to go to the movies, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is Michael Jackson. Like, how the hell are we gonna actually go to the movies? So you grab the kids. They looking normal. Mike comes out. He has his disguise on, you know. So I starts laughing because I didn't even recognize him, you know. Sometimes I forget that he's supposed to be in his disguise, you know. And I keep calling him Mike. So then when I realized he was peeping, then I start calling him Dave. Dave.
Wow, see? I knew it was him. So ridiculous. This is totally out of context. And this time I actually know what the real background on this is. This fragment was taken from an interview Akon did in August of 2009, talking about his anecdotes and experiences with Mike. In this exact clip, he's telling us how Michael and him went to the movies together, with Michael wearing a disguise on in order to not be recognized at all. Well, you know what this disguise looked like? Let us know, Akon.
It wasn't like he had a fake mustache or he had a wig or nothing. He just had a simple hoodie on.
See, the person who manipulated these clips left out this part so that we think he wore a hyper-realistic disguise when he clearly didn't. It was just a hoodie. And this part right here.
So then when I realized he was peeping, then I start calling him Dave. Dave.
This is completely ridiculous. Well, in this moment of the interview, Akon is talking about the moment when they were both sitting in their respective seats in the cinema. Akon forgot he was wearing a disguise and kept calling him Mike, and when a kid in the cinema noticed, he started calling him Dave in order to cover it a bit, but it was already too late. And the fact that he called him Dave is a complete, total coincidence. I'm sure Akon doesn't even know who Dave is. But see how they used that in this video and manipulated the footage to make us believe he was actually dressed as him? It's incredible. And to close up, they show both Dave and Michael repeating a similar phrase in 2 completely different contexts.
I want to thank each and every one of you for your overwhelming support. May God bless you. I love you. Good night.
Thank you very much for all of your support, and may God bless you all. I love you. Goodbye.
As if that meant anything at all. Well, I'm sorry to say that is bullshit once more. Come on. Next, I found this video called Michael Jackson 100% Not Dead Proof, the best professional analysis video. My god, I hope you surprise me. Well, this video is just this man fading and comparing photos of Michael with Dave's face. Thanks to today's technology, you can fade out your face into someone else's really easily. Even I could be the hidden Michael Jackson if we use the same logic. That doesn't prove anything at all, guys, come on. And I don't even know if this channel is serious or not, because of the ironic title and the fact that it's called Be Alive channel. But even if this was joking, there's still people who believe in it. And at this point, you might be asking yourself, probably, third eye, my guy, who's gonna fall for this? Well, prepare yourself, but let me spoil you that literally millions of people, millions, every single comment on both the interview of 2009 and the last comparison video are full of people who believe in this. Let's read the highlights. I did a couple of easy Google searches, nice way to inform yourself, buddy, and here are the comparisons. Both are 5 feet and 9 inches. Wow, you must be kidding. Absolutely confirmed, they were both the same person. Dave got burned in 1983 and MJ got burned a year later in 1984. That's true, but what are you trying to say? What's the point? After the burn, you've never seen them both in the same area. Well, I'm not really sure what you mean here, but in case you're talking about them meeting each other, that's not true. Even though there's no public pictures of them two after MJ's burn, it's true that they kept on talking and were friends for the rest of their lives. This said by Dave in 2009, quote, "He's been there for me always, and I'm happy to have been his friend for all these years." The face disturbs a little. I think it was necessary so that people do not see it or something like that. What the fuck? Do these people even know who Dave is? This person thinks Dave's disfigured appearance was made for his disguise, as if he hadn't existed before and hadn't suffered from those third-degree burns. My god, people are stupid. Please inform yourself before you talk, because you clearly didn't even know who the person who gets interviewed was. Look how he looks scared at the beginning and leans back into the chair. Well, I mean, it was his first appearance on the TV. You can't act super normal during your first TV appearance. You're always gonna be nervous at the beginning. Come on. I think that means nothing. Listen to his first answer. To liberate myself from the confines of my father, he is a criminal. To free myself from his name and legacy, I decided to become my own person. It's MJ. Oh my god, this is incredible. These people have no idea who Dave is. They don't even know his story, because if they did, they would never ever write such ignorant comments like these. Of course Dave wanted to free himself from his father's legacy by changing his name. Which you didn't even mention, by the way, because he had tried to fucking kill him in one of the most cruel ways possible. Michael also felt uncomfortable with his father, because he had mistreated him in the past, but he did never want to free himself from his legacy. He never even said that. Your comment makes zero sense on both ways. That is, in fact, something that Dave wanted to do, not Michael. He has never hurt a soul. That sounds like he is defending himself. Come on, Mike, we know you are behind the mask. At this point, with this comment, you can start to realize that this is all wrong. It is, because this person thinks he's intelligent for thinking this way, by saying, "Come on Mike, we know it's you," as if he had discovered something, and that is just sad. How can people believe in shit like this? But once more, of course Dave would defend Michael, because he was always there for him. He was interested in his story and helped him out for all these struggles he had been into. It's obvious that Dave would say stuff like that regarding Michael. Why would Michael even defend himself if it was him? Why? He's giving his true fans who are seeking the truth the ability to see that he's okay. Very wise man. This is just fucking sad. This is all wrong. Look, not only does this person think he's intelligent for thinking that it's Michael with a disguise, but he also thinks that he's giving a public appearance in order to demonstrate to his fandom that he's okay. This is the next level of mental gymnastics, and it makes no fucking sense. If Michael wanted to hide away and not have anything to do with his artistic figure anymore, why would it come to his mind doing all that bullshit? That is a huge contradiction in the first place. And his true fans think that the man, the myth, and the legend died on the 25th of June 2009 and don't believe everything they see on the internet, like you. You're not a true fan if you believe in this bullshit. And even if you think it's an intelligent move by MJ, it's not. He is dead. He is not here anymore. And there's people speculating mental gymnastics like these. That is wrong. Michael, you could have at least tried to disguise your voice. Laugh out loud. This is just surreal. This person is directly referring to Michael, telling him that he could have tried a bit better to hide it. Okay, being aware that it's not him, you are directly referring to a dead man, saying that he could have tried better to hide that he's supposedly someone else you think he is. The twist is that it's not. So your comment is just ridiculous and disrespectful, buddy. The laugh out loud even makes it look like you're over this. You're so intelligent that you first realized it's a disguise, and it's not, and even laughed about it. Ha, come on, Mike. You can't fool us. We know it's you. Come on, cutie baby. You can't hide from us. We all know you so well. No, you don't. You don't. And you're not even capable of realizing it. See how this is all wrong? See how people use their fake knowledge to not only make jokes, but also flex about it as if they knew MJ really well, when they clearly don't know anything about him if they believed in this shit at first. I'm proud of these comments. We are true fans of Mike. You don't, and you don't even realize. Please, Lord, end my pain. Okay, I think we have had enough of Dave, and Michael. To sum up, I want to explain to you why writing comments like these, creating crazy theories, and believing them is extremely disrespectful towards Michael's and Dave's legacy. When writing shit like this, you are not only theorizing about two dead men, but also pretending to be smart and directly referring to the artist based on lies. And the power to think you're smart because of believing them and even thinking the artist did that on purpose does not make you a true fan. I'm not gonna lie to you, this person is intelligent because he based his knowledge and made his own conclusion based on it. The problem here is that he's blind and did not research enough and have personal judgment to realize that this is false. Michael Jackson, the legend, the artist and the person, left this world on the 25th of June 2009. Dave, the artist and the person, also passed away on the 15th of July 2018. I actually totally understand that there's not always people who are gonna accept the fact of their passing, because it's hard to lose people that were that influential. It is, even when you didn't have anything to do with them while you were alive, but sometimes you just gotta face the truth. All these theories based on lies are just made to make money out of someone's legacy and persona, and to cause confusion among the fandom, and everyone who believes in them and wrote these comments are just desperately hopeful that Michael is still out there, somewhere, and it's a shame that they're not ready to face that Michael and Dave both were gone too soon for this world.
I'll be performing the songs my fans want to hear. This is it. I mean, this is really it. This is the final curtain call. Okay? And I'll see you in July. I love you. I really do. You have to know that. I love you so much. Really. From the bottom of my heart. This is it, and see you in July.
So there was nobody that guided me to paint. However, I just started doing it when I was 14. It just came naturally to me. There was kind of like a catalyst that brought it forward, but that catalyst was within myself. I was in a fire when I was 6 years old. In that fire, my father poured kerosene all over my body, then left me for dead and lit a match. I wish there was a better way to tell that story, but it's reality, you know? However, that hasn't changed me as a person. It's actually, it's embellished my character and allowed me to grow in ways unexplainable to anybody. It's kind of like something happens in my brain that makes me want to get up and put a paintbrush in my hand and go at it with the canvas. So it's kind of like a messenger within me guiding me to paint. There's a lot that happens in people's lives, but that doesn't define them as a human being. It makes them stronger, but it does not define them.